What up, everybody? It's your boy Sack the King up in this motherfucking man back with another video. As y'all can see from the title, flag burning, freedom of speech or crime. Hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a disclaimer, okay? I am a combat veteran of the Iraq War 2003. I fought for America. I fought to defend the constitutional rights of each and every American, whether I like your ass or not, okay? I might not like what you got to say, but I definitely have fought for the right for you to be able to say that shit or do that shit if it falls within freedom of speech, okay? Let's get that out the way, all right? Now, is flag burning a crime or is it freedom of speech? Now, this all comes out because Donald Trump said that he is going to give people a minimum of 1 year if you are caught burning an American flag, all right? And I just want to know, how is this coming from the same motherfucker who pardoned some motherfucking January 6th rioters who caused an insurrection at the Capitol building and were breaking into a federal building and screaming, "Hang Mike Pence," who was the acting vice president, and you didn't do nothing about it but pardon these people, first and foremost. That's crazy, all right? That's crazy. But Donald Trump had came out with that statement, and it drove the fucking internet crazy, okay? There's people left and right that have something to say about this. I personally don't identify as Republican or Democrat. I keep telling y'all that over and over and over. I'm independent, my nigga. I think for myself. It's shit over here that these people have going on that some of that I agree with. It's shit that some of these people saying got going on that I agree with as well. I don't need to get into the specifics, man. But is flag burning of a crime or freedom of speech? Now, Trump was stopped in his tracks by the Supreme Court coming out and saying that falls up under a Supreme Court ruling that is under the First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech. Burning a flag is considered freedom of speech. All right. Now, personally, would I burn an American flag? No. I love my country. I love America. I don't live in America anymore because of the reasons of Donald Trump's first term. I seen how racist America and the climate, even where I was working at the time, was, and I just needed to get the fuck up out of there, amongst other reasons. And I've stayed away from America coming up on continental United States. I lived in Hawaii for 4 years. Now I live in Japan for the last 3 years. So 7 years next month, right? I'm gonna make another video next month, as I do annually. Every year I left the streets, okay? Because I celebrate that shit like it's a holiday, right? But that's neither here nor there. And I wouldn't give up my American citizenship, okay? Like, I love being American. There's a lot of things that are great about being an American citizen, okay? But would I burn an American flag even though I don't like the state of the country that it's in right now? No. As a protest, no. I don't see any point in burning American flags. That's just stupid to me. It doesn't change anything. It just makes you look like you want attention. My nigga, I ain't never been a nigga who's doing extra shit for attention. That's why I keep telling y'all, I'm not a YouTube nigga. I'm just a nigga on YouTube. If I wanted some attention, I can make all kind of content and have my subscribers and followers and comments and engagement and the algorithm going crazy. But why? I don't need attention, my nigga. I'm popular in real life, my nigga. And the reason why I got back on this YouTube shit is because somebody that I look up to as far as, you know, giving out good game and making their own YouTube hit me in my inbox and say, "You know what, bro? I meant to tell you this a while back, but I be fucking with your YouTube. Keep going, man. You good at that shit." And that just put a little battery in my back to be like, damn, I never know who's watching. I would have never guessed that this person who's got tens of thousands of followers will be watching my shit. You know what I'm saying? But they are. So shout out to you, bro. You know who you are. But anyways, I don't see no point in all that. That's just attention seeking to me, right? But am I going to condemn these same people, especially a fellow veteran, for burning a flag? Because there was a video going viral of a veteran standing outside the White House burning flags with a loudspeaker, having his displeasure for Donald Trump, okay? And a lot of people are outraged about that. You know what I'm saying? Was I outraged about that? No. Would I have done the same thing? No. And this is why. even if I don't agree with what you're doing or what you're saying, I still defended your right to do that. I put my life on the line so you could have that right to do that. And I'm going to exercise my right to do that anytime I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know who you playing with, okay? Yes, that falls up under freedom of speech, but if you're doing that on a certain place, there might be a law that says you can go to jail for doing it here, okay? I don't believe people should be pulling down flags from and setting them on fire. I don't believe in that. Like, do that shit in the comfort of your own home or somewhere that's away from everybody and everything else where you're not posing no kind of harm to nobody, because you do have the right to protest in America. I believe in the right to protest in America, okay? I do. Do all acts of protest work? No. Are some protests grouped as protests when they're really riots? Yes. So there's a thin line between protest and insurrection and riot and all that other shit. But a real protest that's nonviolent and everything, I agree, and I fought for y'all's right to do that, okay? So I cannot be a hypocrite and pick and choose when I feel like a person should be able to have their freedom of speech, right? If a person walked up to me tomorrow and called me a nigger, right, I might not like it, but they have every right to say that to me. Now, I'm going to knock them the fuck out, of course. You feel me? I'm going to knock them the fuck out, of course. But I still will defend their right to freedom of speech. But you got to know your audience. And we'll get to that in another video next. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not playing when it comes to freedom of speech. You know what I mean? That shit can be a double-edged sword if you're playing with the wrong person and if you are using it in the wrong way, okay? So do I feel like it's a crime? No. Do I feel like it's freedom of speech? Yes. The Supreme Court, who is our highest court in America, ruled that it is. And these are judges that are appointed by Republican presidents, Democratic presidents. And if you don't like it, then oh well, because both sides have appointed judges, okay? But it falls up under freedom of speech. So no, I do not feel like that is a crime at all. Do I agree with it? No. Do I applaud it and support it? No. But I do applaud and support a person's right to peacefully protest, okay? And that's pretty much it, man. Hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. I got a couple more videos, man.